Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. We are going to continue on with the next galaxy, which is this one that we have yet to unlock. And it is Honey Climb Galaxy, so this is another one-star galaxy. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The mission for this galaxy is going to be scaling the sticky wall. And as you can see, we have a galaxy that has a lot of resemblance to Honey Hive, but also Gold Leaf. But for the most part, Honey Hive, because of course we have the sticky walls. And as you know, we can only climb up that with the B Mario transformation. So yes, so this is basically kind of a nice little side mission here, or one-star galaxy mission, where we're basically scaling a giant wall with honey on it. So again, nice utilization of the B Mario transformation. As much as this is probably my least favorite of all the transformations, it's still nice that it gets proper use in its own, really its own galaxy, if you think about it. They specifically made this for the B Mario Transformations Galaxy. I mean, how else could you scale this giant wall if not for B form? But what we want to do is actually, if you collect these coins with the question marks, they will spit out tons of star bits. And of course, we are going to still need to collect a lot of those. And it's kind of nice right there where those star bits there actually form a star shape. That's kind of nice that they did that. We'll go ahead and actually travel over here to a launch star, and that's going to send us up towards the next area. And as you can see, we not only do we have one wall to scale, we have another wall to scale. So man, this galaxy is literally just consisting of walls, just I guess floating up in space, because I mean, that's just something that happens in this game. Why not have walls floating in space? I'm not going to argue it, but hey, we're here anyway. So we're going to go ahead and move right along, avoiding these meteorites, or asteroids, whichever you want to call them. We don't want to get too technical here. We're playing a video game, for crying out loud. Leave me alone, alright? I want to just call them whatever I feel fits. But now we have a third wall. So not only do we have one wall, but two walls. We have a third wall and Mandibugs. So they are actually going to throw Mandibugs at you, believe it or not. These guys are not hard to avoid at all. It can get a little, I guess a little chaotic since there's a lot of them. But if you're skilled at navigating with B Mario, this shouldn't be much of a headache for you. Again, we get a nice little supply of coins, more star bits there. And we have yet again some more Mandibugs that we're going to narrowly avoid here. And it's funny because these guys they get startled the moment you touch the honey. They don't even know where you are until you touch it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's where you are. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and get us our power star for this galaxy. Alright, so moving right along, we're going to go ahead and take this little nice pathway up to the engine room. And it's time to conquer some more galaxies inside. We have discovered yet again another enemy base in the region. So it looks like we are now finally tackling the enemy base. Just kidding, we have another galaxy to do before that. Did Sea Slide, we've done Gold Leaf. It is now time to unlock this galaxy, which is Toy Time Galaxy. Let's go ahead and jump right into this one because I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic. The first mission is Heavy Metal Mecha Bowser. That one's quite a mouthful, but let's go ahead and dive right in. And as you can see, based off the name of the mission, we have a Mecha Bowser just floating up in space. And I love this galaxy. This is probably one of my favorite galaxies amongst all my other favorites that I have already kind of claimed at this point. But we have a toy train starting off. Gearmo. Yes, so Gearmos looks like are residing in Toy Time Galaxy as well. We have Captain Toad as looks like he is the driver of this train, or the conductor, I guess you should say. But yeah, so this galaxy is, and as you can see, there's an 8-bit Mario actually out there in the distance. We have the Mecha Bowser all the way out there to the left. This galaxy is, simply put, awesome. There's really no other way to describe it. You have a bunch of toys. There's actually I believe there's a portion of the galaxy that's nothing but like sweets and desserts and cakes and goodies and all kinds of great stuff. But here we actually have the Mecha Koopa Troopa enemies. So these guys are actually, I believe, exclusive to this game as far as their introduction. I don't think we've seen those in any other games, and I'm probably missing some obvious ones. So hopefully nobody in the comments points that out, or anyone watching this video discovers that, because that would be very embarrassing. But as far as my knowledge goes, these are this is the first game these guys show up in. But now we have some more screws to unscrew. We'll go ahead and take care of this Mecha Koopa. And of course more Gearmos, and this is where we have a little bit of change in gravity. Again, we're familiar with this. We've done this several times, so we're kind of experts at this point. But we want to mainly focus on unscrewing those screws, because that is going to allow us to proceed on to our next destination in this galaxy. We'll go ahead and continue onwards. Avoid those guys with the lasers. They can be kind of annoying. I don't think you can really attack them much. As you can see, I just got shot by one of the lasers, but we just want to, again, continue focusing on that screw. We had to tighten for some star bits, but the yellow ones we want to actually unscrew. Those are the, as you can see, those are the straight screwdriver ones, not the Phillips. Of course, if you've handled screwdrivers or tools, you should know that by now. I'm certainly not in construction, but that's basic knowledge that even I know. So if I know it, there's no excuse that you shouldn't know it. But anyways, our launch star is actually over here. So if we navigate over the changing gravity platforms, we can reach it. And now we move on to the next area, and we have some nice little color pencils up there. I like that little detail. I mean, the detail in this galaxy, this is where you can tell they just kind of went crazy with the detail in the game. Like I think by this point they figured out how good the game can be, but now we get a new ability, which is Spring Mario. So Spring Mario is actually going to allow us to jump much higher. This transformation, I'm a little bit on the fence with. I love the idea of it. However, this thing is very difficult to control, especially if you're not used to controlling it or playing this game. I've played this game many times, but I still have trouble myself, so I don't blame anybody that does not like this transformation based off of the control. I love the design of it. It's kind of simple. It's kind of weird compared to most of the other transformations, but it has good use to it. It gives you a lot more height in your jumps, or I guess in your spring jumps. It's definitely it takes a little bit of getting used to kind of controlling it. I've always found that if you wait until the longer you wait until Mario goes down after he springs up and down, that's when you want to hold the A button, do your little spring jump. As you see, I'm kind of struggling here. I'm giving you guys advice, whoever's watching this video, but I'm still struggling by taking my own advice. So maybe I shouldn't give advice like that anymore. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. As you see, they gave you another spring Mario mushroom up here in case you lose the ability, because I believe if you are, if you let the, or if the Mecha Koopas breathe fire onto you, I believe you return back to regular form. Because if you're a spring and you have fire on you and you get hot, of course that's not good. But anyways, enough rambling on. We're gonna go ahead and continue to spring up these blocks, and then we'll have a launch star on top of it, and we got a nice little view of 8-bit Mario there. As we pass it, we will be returning to that a little bit later. But now we have a dinner plate with some nice little kitchen utensils. For us, they're kind of large, so here we have another Spring Mario mushroom, so we're going to be able to utilize this form again. This time we're going to spring on top of this jar, break the lid open, and we have a launch star. And now we arrive finally on the Mecha Bowser. As you can see, this guy looks nothing like Bowser. It's basically just a robot. It looks like a treadmill for legs. Like, I don't know what the heck you would call that. And then I guess it's just made up of nothing but like metal. It's a Mecha Bowser, so that's awesome. But what we want to do now is, like we did before, we just want to mess with these screws. This time we're actually screwing in these screws, and that'll give us a star there. It'll propel us up, and then the yellow screws, of course, the ones that require the straight screwdriver, we want to unscrew, because when we see blue, that's good, and I guess yellow is bad because we can't have it. But anyways, that'll open up the next area. And we're going to hopefully not die from this Mecha Troopa. And we'll move right along. We actually want to get down here in this pipe, if I can make it without getting my butt burnt by a bunch of fireballs. That'll be great. Nice little pipe action here, and we move right along. And we have more Mecha Koopas. We'll take care of these guys, make fine work of them, because they can get annoying. But they're just there, so we might as well take care of them. Now we want to get on his nice little claw of a hand here. Nothing like platforming on And this kind of brings back shades of the Mega Leg mission, Mega Leg's Moon, I think is what it's called, where you're scaling like a robotic, you know, like essentially a big robotic boss enemy. Except this guy's even less of a boss on Mega Leg, because not only is he not summoned by Bowser, I guess he is technically summoned by the Bowser team, but you know what I mean. He's not necessarily, it's not a Bowser Galaxy, that's what I'm trying to say. So this guy isn't even a boss, he's literally just a thing that allows us to platform across to him so we can get to the next thing, and then we can eventually get to our Power Star, and that's just kind of how it goes. But now we have some Magic Koopas making their return. Don't know what the heck Magic Koopas want to, you know, what they're doing on a mecha robotic version of Bowser, but hey, I guess they have nothing better to do with their lives. I like the little wind-up things on the sides for his ears. That's very nice. Nice little touch there visually. But now we want to get on top of these stones, break them. And apparently that goes down to his Mecha Brain, and he explodes. So that's actually, I guess, how you take out a giant Mecha Bowser, in case you were wondering. But that will allow us to receive the first Power Star of the galaxy. So it looks like his treadmill legs still survived. The Gearmos are here to kind of party it up with us, celebrate the fact that we got our first Power Star of the galaxy. Alright, so we're going to jump right back into Toy Time for the second Power Star mission. And it is Mario meets Mario. Sounds intense already. As you can tell by the title, we are going to make a return to the 8-bit Mario platform. So I guess not a return, it's the first time ever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and glide right over the toy train once again. This Captain Toad is he's just going crazy with his train riding. I mean, this guy is just obsessed with trains at this point. All systems are definitely a go. We have the other Toad back here. Let's see what he's saying. Who's driving this train anyways? Apparently he does not recognize his captain, so. Just kidding, but Captain Toad, I don't think he's actually driving the train, so I guess that's why he's confused. It's kind of driving on itself, so I guess that's kind of scary. I thought they had it under control, but I guess they're not even sure what's going on, so I don't know what's happening. The Toads are not sure, then that's all hell's broken loose. But now we want to scale this little area. I think this is like a, I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be a replica of, but basically we want to, we have a Hungry Luma up there. We're not going to deal with him quite yet, but we have some star chips that we need to assemble assemble another launch star. What I'm going to do is collect all 5 of these. Here's number 3. We've already collected 2 of them. Run fast away from that Mecha Koopa. Get up here to the screw, and that'll screw this little screwy looking nice little metally shiny mabob thing in, and that'll actually allow us to reach the final star chip piece, which is right here on the pointy end, because that's dangerous, so why not put right there. But anyways, we'll take the launch star the heck on out of here and try to avoid some narrow death there. So now we have finally arrived on ourselves 8-bit Mario. So yes, I love the design of this, except the overalls and the hat are actually lava, and we do not want to fall into there. But now we have another silver star gathering mission here, so of course 5 of those is going to get us our Power Star, so nothing too complicated here. Now one thing about this 8-bit Mario that kind of gives me a little bit of PTSD, you'll kind of see much later on. We will actually be returning here again much later on, except we're going to be on the opposite side of this Mario. For those who play this game and know what I'm talking about, they probably are screaming in terror right now, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about later. But anyways, here's the 5th silver star, and that'll allow us to receive the next Power Star. Very nice. And they shoot it way over there, because why not just be dicks and don't even put it right in front of our face, make us work for it. Long jump, run all over these platforms that are half disappeared, half swaying. Give us more work. That's exactly what we need right now. We're the hero of the story, so you might as well make us work for every second of it. But it is at now our Power Star, so ha. Gonna head right back into Toy Time for the 3rd Power Star mission. Bouncing down Cake Lane. Alright, so this is where things get a little bit sweeter. As you can see, we are now going to be platforming over some desserts. And we have, it looks like, the return of a boss we've seen before. the Undergrunt Gunner. So yes, he has had, I guess not had enough of us yet. He wants to get his butt kicked one more time. I'm okay with that. Captain Toad's happy, so you know what? I say we just launch right over there. And we have more silverware because why not have some when we're having some cake? Everybody loves some good cake. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop being weird and silly. I have a Gearmo here. What's he got to say? If he'll talk to me, dude, just talk to me. Did you notice that thingamajig? Yeah, the springamajig. Okay, I'm just gonna call it Spring Mario. I don't know what you're calling it, but that's fine. So this is kind of where the platforming gets a little bit the next level territory. So you want to basically platform at Spring Mario, and as you can see, I successfully did it there. But yeah, as you can see, you're able to wall jump as Spring Mario. Cool, it's really cool, but it's kind of difficult if you're not used to that. But I love the idea that they allow you to do that, because I don't believe there's any other transformations other than maybe Ice Mario and Fire Mario. That's kind of obvious that you can wall jump with them. But like Boo Mario and like even like B Mario, like I feel like they kind of missed an opportunity to allow you to kind of wall jump and do more platforming with those transformations. But hey, who am I to say that? But now we have a little conveyor belt with some chocolate bars, which look really nice and delicious. I want to eat those actually. I'm kind of hungry. But yeah, this galaxy makes me really hungry. I don't know what it is about it. All the food and desserts. I just want to go to town and have a feast. But anyways, once you get on top of these nice little milky chocolate bars, if I can do so successfully, which I'm not, you want to actually grab this question mark coin for more star bits, because who didn't see that coming? A coin with a question mark on it, we're revealing more star bits. But anyways, now we actually are on the plates with the cake, and this looks like is that like an orange cake? That kind of sounds nasty actually. My appetite's kind of going away. They kind of ruined it. Anyways, I'm just kidding. We have more silverware that we're going to platform on, and I love this area. I love that you're able to spring on top of the silverware. Look how shiny that is. Like, I can see my reflection in that thing. That is so well detailed. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how far in depth they go with this. Anyways, after wandering about for several minutes, I again misremembered how to navigate this area. What you want to do is actually go all the way over to the end of this little rotating cake. It's got some pieces missing out of it. Somebody got hungry, and we do not want to do that. All right, so diving right back in, we want to actually jump over that little missing piece of cake there. I'm going to try not to die here. We want to actually get behind these two forks that are stabbed into the cake next to each other, because we actually have a sling star that we need to reach, and that'll get us to the next area. And here we go. And I think that was a white chocolate bar back there. I'm not 100% sure that's what it looked like. But now it's time for ice cream. So yes, we have, not only do we have ice cream platforms to navigate, but we have a little bit of snow to make it feel extra cold. And wow, almost died there. Luckily the gravity saved me in that time. I'm not sure if it's going to happen again. But we have some nice little ice cream cones. We have some nice little, looks like dilly bars or whatever those are called. Like not the chocolate versions, but we died, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we're actually gonna not pretend to be a horrible platformer in this game, and we're gonna actually make this with no problem at all. Now we want to avoid the lasers as we're on these little lollipop swirl looking things. I just want to eat them. I just want to eat everything in this galaxy. Except for the toys in the metal, that would kind of hurt. But anyways, we're now on an ice platform area where our skating skills are now going to be put back to the test. If you didn't have fun skating back in Freeze Flame, you're in for a wild treat, because here we go. Ballerina time. We're doing it. We have some more, looks, possible death, but also some more sweets to admire. And that's what this galaxy, I think that's why this galaxy kind of catches my attention a little bit, because not only are you dying, or if you play the game like I do, very sloppily, you die a lot, but you have a lot of sweets and goodies to kind of look at as you're just taking all kinds of hits, so it makes up for it. As you can see, we have a launch star here surrounded by pole stars, so you can get as many of these star bits as possible before heading on to the birthday cake. So this is probably the favorite, the best looking part of the galaxy. It is the birthday cake. So we're gonna go ahead and head to this pipe, and that'll allow us to get onto the cake. Actually, just kidding, it goes in this little area. So we actually have a little bit of a, I think this is actually an optional area, but we'll go ahead and grab that coin, grab all these musical notes. And of course, more familiar classic Mario Bros tunes. Gotta love that. You can't hate it, it's just not allowed. But that'll give us a 1-up. So that's another little optional thing, kind of similar to the one we did back in Good Egg Galaxy, way back when. But now we have some nice little cars, I guess. kind of plastered on the I guess this is like kid silverware, I guess, by the cars and little buses. I think that's what they're trying to point out. I mean, this whole area is kind of kid-like, this galaxy, I mean, so it makes sense. But now we're on a birthday cake, and we have some candles that are lit. So now, what we want to do, get these little, I think little gummy things, but those actually reveal star bits. That's kind of cool. We have presents on the cake, and I hope those are like part of the actual icing or the decoration, because nobody wants to eat that. Like, get that out of here, because I'm hungry. But anyways, enough of me being crazy. I just need to kind of focus on the mission here. So what we want to do, we talk to this toad. I don't really see green toad a lot. Try to blow out the candle with a big huff and puff, but it didn't go out. So yes, so his big huff and puff, I guess, wasn't enough to blow out the candle. So what we need to do instead is use Mario's spin attack, and that'll actually be enough power and force to blow out these candles. So that's amazing. Mario is amazing. But that'll be enough to get us a launch star, and that'll send us to our next destination, and it is the last. So say goodbye to all the nice goodies and sweets. Didn't get to eat any of it, because now it's time to face off with yet another familiar boss. This is the Underground Gunner making his next return. And he is pretty high up on a jar of gumballs. I bet you guys don't know how many are in there. Guess how many? Just kidding. I don't know. I'm weird. I need to stop. But anyways, what you need to do for this fight is grab Spring Mario. And Spring Mario's Spring Jump will allow you to get all the way up on top of him, where you need to ground pound, of course, his little glass case there. It'll crack. He'll get angry. We've seen this song and dance before. Do it 2 more times, and we are done with this galaxy. All right. We're gonna, not do that. That was a fail. I was up there, man. That counts. I was already up there. You guys saw it. Everybody watching this video saw that. Anyhow, we want to hit him again. He'll get even more pissed off, and his thing will start to explode, have a little bit of a malfunction, causing him to go into a little bit of an uproar, but we hit him a 3rd time, and boom. He's done. I hope he learned his lesson this time, because he got served. And that is our 3rd power star on top of the jar of gumballs. I want to eat those. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and grab the 3rd power star of Toy Time. And that'll actually be the rest of this episode. So I will see you guys next time when we take on the enemy base, the next episode. See you then.